I've got my big ass clothes on, I got my moccasins, got my big ass gnarly brush, and we're gonna start painting. Gotta put some barrier cream on my hands and wear some gloves, and I'm good to go. Aho! Alright, we're back. One of the things I realized when I just began painting again is that for the last so many years since I last painted, I've been on a personal and spiritual quest, and part of that has to do with cleansing and changing my diet and living a very clean life, eating very clean foods, and seeking clean water and air, which is a gift that I get to spend time on Kauai for that very reason. And since returning, I realized, the fumes and the toxicity of this work. And when I first set up my palette, I asked myself, why am I doing this? And the answer was very clear. Grandma Owl was very poignant in letting me know it's because it's what I do, and it's what I know what to do. And there's a reason for this. I've got a gift to share. And because I'm a very different person than I was 7 years ago, my DNA, every cell in my body is a different cell, that I have more information within me that will be put on to the canvas in a conversation that I have with the media of paint. And for me, it has always been about paint. It's never been about drawing or premeditating an image. For me, it's the action of painting. It's what paint does. And in that creation, in the action of painting, the images make perfect sense once they emerge. And I begin by applying paint to the canvas very abstractly, very painterly, loving to play with the colors, the combinations of mixing colors together, and you see what you get there, all this beautiful variation. I love using lots of paint, and in doing so, the images from the subconscious mind, from other realms that want to be spoken, want to be seen, want to be heard, emerge. And I've always been blown away by that dynamic. And now being more conscious of that element of the unknown being unearthed and becoming known through the arts, through any art, that I surrender to it. I allow myself to let the paint take me to where it wants to go. And she never proves me wrong. So I'm very, very grateful for these beautiful pigments from the earth, these elements. So I'm ready to go. Just gotta start throwing some paint. Hi. So we're gonna start painting now. And the one thing, actually one of the last video logs I did, I talked about remaining healthy in the act of painting, during painting session, and throughout your life, really. I talked about the harmful effects of some of the chemicals used here. You see I wear cotton gloves because they breathe, and I've got a barrier cream that I wear underneath. So it's made up of wax and different natural ingredients so that the paint doesn't get through the skin, and you don't start collecting those heavy metals. The reason I love oil paint is because the colors are so vivid. You just cannot match it with acrylic. I love everything about oil paint. So in loving everything about oil paint, the most important thing above all in remaining healthy is a healthy attitude towards the actual materials, which are pigments from the earth. They're elements in these pigments that I am made of, that you are made of. So in giving love and appreciation to this, if you love the paint is going to love you. So giving and receiving love makes it all happen, makes it all happy and healthy and free from any dis-ease. as opposed to really like being afraid of the pain and, oh my God, the toxicity, and no. You know, if you do that, you're going to attract that. So let's just love this paint up. It's going to love me up. It's going to love up the work, and we get going that way. So one of the things I like to do with paint is add nuances. I don't like just color. There's got to be color inside of color. I love color in color. So you see this, what I'm doing here is I'm taking a little bit of these two colors, the cadmium, yellow, and the alizarin, and if I had a blue out right now, I'd put a little dab of blue in there, and then I run it through the white, and then you've got these wonderful accidents. So you've got something like this, and you've got some wonderful accidents that happen with the paint. You see that? Isn't that awesome? Let me put a little bit more here. So then you can start playing with, see, there's yellow and white and blue, and then I put some blue in there. Let me find some blue. Put some blue in there, and you've got, it starts turning into these lavenders, mixing them all up, letting the drips drip. See that? What an amazing brush stroke. All about color in color. All right, we're going to let paint do what paint do. So this is what paint do when you let paint do. When you let be paint, This is just the beginning. This is how I begin. I just apply color, shape, form. Look at those beautiful drips. All the beautiful accidents that are created. And then I'll go over, either I see something and I work with it and emerging images, or in most of the cases in this series here, I'll apply some type of, color glaze over all of this so that you can see the unification of all this crazy color. I'm really digging this one. I don't know what it is yet, but it feels like it's maybe a portal into space. Maybe that's the Pleiades in there, the Seven Sisters. I think it might be going in that direction. I did want to do a space view, so this might be just the ticket. So I love it. I love that drippage into color, into different directions, into bleeding, into splatter, into upward movement, into side movement. Oh yeah, it's on.